You know, blood in games, it's pretty cool. I mean, it makes the game a lot more fun. So let's figure out how we can do this effect in Godot. So my current setup is just a player and two enemies that follow him, and you can shoot the enemies and they die. We'll add a new scene. We're going to add a CPU particles 2D just because it's compatible GLES2 and because I am more used to CPU particles. I'm just going to set the amount to 32. Then to the time, I'm just going to set to 0.2. And then you want explosiveness, always set to 1. This will make it so it shoots out in bursts. And then for drawing, I'm just going to drag in whatever circle sprite you have or whatever sprite you want to use for the blood. You can just use that there. And it doesn't have to be white. I'm actually just going to change the color right here to fit my enemy color. There you go. And it's obviously way too big, so I'm just going to go to scale, and I'm just going to set the size to 0.25, the random amount to 0.5. Now, we don't want gravity in this simulation, so we'll just set that to 0. I'm going to set the initial velocity to 290, and I'm going to set the randomness to this velocity to 1. I'm just going to set the direction to a lower value on the spread, so I'll set that to 25. We're going to actually add a timer now. And this timer, we're just going to set this to 0.15. We want to make sure this is below the wait time that we have right here, the lifetime, just because when it hits the lifetime, it resets and it will recycle the particle effects. So we just want to make sure this is 0.15. We're going to turn on one shot. We're going to turn on auto start, and then we're going to go to our blood. And we're going to add a new script, hit create, and then in this timer, just connect the timeout signal back to the script. And when this timer goes off, we're essentially just going to disable every process in this node. So set process to false. Then we're going to want to set physics process to false. Same for input, internal process, unhandled input, and unhandled key input. Now, this will make sure that everything in this particle effect, everything here, all the processes will get turned off, and all it will be doing is rendering. You could save this now as blood.tscn. Now go to your enemy or whatever thing that your player's going to be killing, and we're going to make a new variable. We're just going to call this blood, and I'm just going to load the blood path, blood.tscn. We're going to load this path into this variable. And now wherever we destroy this, or whenever health is less than or equal to 0, then we're going to instance our blood. We're going to tell the current scene to add the blood instance as a child. We're going to set the global position of the blood instance to our position, and then we're going to rotate this blood accordingly. So what this is going to do is this is going to get our global position and angle this to the player's position. Now, you're most likely not going to have global.player in your game. So you either want to get a reference to the player, or you can do what I did and set up a singleton and set player to null in this singleton. And you want to go to project settings and auto load this script. And then in the player script, you want to say global.player equals self and global.player equals null when the tree gets exited and entered. Then we have a reference to the player, and then we can actually get the angle to this point on the screen. So that's when we get an angle from our position to the player, this will rotate the blood accordingly using that angle. So now we can save this and we can run our scene, and we can shoot the enemies and they die and the blood particle gets instanced and paused. I mean, the player's going under blood particles. That's not what we want. So just go to your blood particle effect. We're just going to turn down the Z index to -5 or whatever value you want to use. So that's basically the basis of the blood particle effect. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.